Oh, which side do you want to? Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest MSW stream. Today's Insurgents versus the Crusaders. It's an 8v8. We have one Pyro, Elf, Assassin, Mage, and Archer, 2 Medics, 3 Heavy Soldiers, Ninjas, 1 Ninja cap per map without ghosting, and mandatory match rules. I am Zoic, and my commentator today was going to be Spades, but he is unable to make it, so it's actually EO6. Hello.
Hello. Even better. Even better than Spades.
Debatable.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, just initial thoughts, I guess, because we are starting in about 20 seconds. So, what kind of things are you thinking about the roster so far? I'm personally thinking this is going to be this is a really strong roster from Insurgents. I'm expecting a win from this.
It's such a strong roster with Hearts and Evan and Dave and Ducks, and they're all really good PvPers. But that's not to say they don't have good PvPers.
Yeah, and they're taking it serious. Insurgents are taking it very seriously. They have got Malnet as an assassin, as a pyro, and Haynes as a medic, with Dave as a ninja for their defense. Not the strongest defense I would have expected it. Usually they tend to run slightly bulkier defenses for this map, but you do also have Evan on playing heavy as well, so they definitely have both the bulk and the ability to stop them. And Dave just completely destroying.
He just killed Mitch as she was chemist.
Yeah,
but she was
didn't even get through. I should say it's very similar on the TC side. June is a ninja, Pyro and Keelboo. Pegatry is an assassin. Thin Man 76, that's MH as a heavy. So it's a very similar setup on both sides. I would say that TC's defense aren't holding up as well as Insurgents, but I mean both sides are doing pretty well at the minute.
Yeah.
Mind you, we are only a minute into the match, so you know there were going to be teething troubles at the start, just getting into it.
Interesting that Pudgy is playing defensive medic rather than offensive medic. I know she doesn't like offensive medic.
I don't like that at all.
But she is a really good offensive medic. So.
That's the problem. Like, people might not. It's a bit like Revenant and Zafina. She can play Archer, but she hates playing Archer, and I think it's a big waste at times.
She'd be so good as offensive medic here.
And June is having a big problem. Lara's having a big problem getting past June.
Yeah.
A massive problem. I mean, this is the second time that Lara's not been able to even get into the flag room because June's killed her before she's gone through. June June is very good at knowing exactly where to play on a map. He knows exactly who to go for, exactly who to knock out.
Even though June doesn't play casual CTF that often, he's still just really good.
He's a bit like MH. He doesn't really have a rust.
No, exactly. He just maintains his abilities. So we have Zhang on Insurgent side, about to go into.
Arctic is now playing medic. I'm not sure how much I like. I'll be honest.
Pudgy.
Merg as a chemist, I really dislike just because Dave will kill her. Dave will kill her.
And she will get melted by Evan as heavy as well.
Yeah.
Like Evan is destroying Zhang right now.
To be fair, they did get in. But it's exactly as we just said. Like, Dave just melted Merg as soon as the medic was gone. That's the This is the big thing TC are going to have to deal with. Insurgents is one of those few teams where they have they're incredibly defensive and they have a massive PvP advantage over you. TC's offense relies on being able to dodge attacks. In this map, combined with the fact they have such good PvP, and there really isn't anything on TC's defense that can even come close to them. I hate saying that because TC's offense are good PvPers, but compared, I would say Arctic did get a decent steal there. She's not going to get out of the flag room, but she did get a decent steal there as a medic.
Previously, Ducks just did get out of the flag room out top as soldier, but Pegatry did a really good assassinate and caught him out.
I would say that was a bit of a poor timing for TC's part. I mean, using the medic to go in first is always a bad idea.
Yeah.
Literally just committing suicide is not a good move.
TC could utilize the heavy limit a bit more. Is it a 3 heavy limit? Or is it a 2 heavy?
Yes, it's a 3 heavy limit.
They could have 2 heavies on offense, I suppose. And they could also use a soldier.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Annihilation did versus Revenant last week. And I think that's a really good plan. It seems to be what Insurgence isn't running a 2 heavy fight, or a 2 heavy offense right now, but they are running a very bulky offense, and for the most part they're getting more successful steals. They're not getting out, but they are getting more successful steals.
Insurgents were very coordinated there. They sent Dave on the pyro, and then Dux just got out pretty clean, but then the MH caught up.
Well, this is TC's positioning, I would say. Yeah, what happened was the reason that MH caught up was because June was already waiting for him at the top of the stairs, knowing that he'd come out. And that's one of the real benefits of having June around. He knows where people are going to go, or how they're going to play it. I think Felix is saying that Dux shouldn't play Soldier, and I have to disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree.
I wouldn't say that it's necessarily good or bad specifically. What I would say is it's a different way to play the class, and we know that if you can get out of the flag room, up and out, it's a fantastic class to cat with.
If you get out,
make use of the full 3 layers.
Yeah. If you get out, you're out, basically.
You're out home and dry, and Dux is going to get out.
He's very
exactly
low.
the same. Like, he is low, but he has the perfect capacity to get up.
Lara is down below, but yeah, he gets took out by June.
Now June does get recovery there, but imagine if they had slightly more support. And now Dave is stolen. And where is he? He'll be underground.
As Ninja as well. He's at
he will be
now.
There's Lara.
There we go.
Catching it. There's a cap. Simple as. That's all you need. That's the ninja cap for the Insurgents, but I mean that was always going to happen. And now Chick-D's capitalized on the fact that there's no Chick-D's capitalized on the fact that there's no defense because they're all out in the middle of the map. And I bet Chick-D will be out clean now as well.
Yeah, he's top.
He's out clean. There's very little to catch him. Yeah, this is probably going to be a second cap very quickly.
And he
they've got support. They've got a medic. There you go. Very, very easily. They're just it's all about breaking the defense and then capitalizing on the fact that they're in disarray, and that's a quick 2 caps.
It was a good decision by Chick-D to just make a run.
It's just about positioning. It's just about knowing what's going to happen. Dave capitalized on the fact that Dux got out by it's poor coordination on TC's part that they didn't leave someone in the flag room just to wait there. Keeler should have known that they should. I always say keep the pyro in the flag room unless there's a stalemate situation, in which case they should be on offense to try and recover. But you need somebody in the flag room, and really nothing is much better than a pyro, because even if the pyro dies to a ninja, you can say, hey, there is a ninja in the flag room and it's going to steal.
At least someone knows, yeah.
I'm being attacked. Plus, if there's anything else there, the likelihood is that he can kill, a pyro can kill at least one thing before it goes down. And I would say it's just a principle. I wouldn't blame Keeler for it because he's not a pyro main. First and foremost, he is assassin. So he wouldn't know to do that, but realistically, someone should have.
Again, I'm not sure why Mitch is playing medic now rather than Arctic, which is obviously a good decision for Arctic.
I think that's a good switch. I think it's a good switch up, to be honest. I would say right now they are not coordinating well.
No.
On offense, it's not going very well at all.
They're all getting really split up actually. Dux is out of.
Now Dux is out, but he is being attacked heavily by Juno. Probably going to. I mean, he is up, but he's not up clean by any means, and he is having to. He's also having to work around very. Now that's interesting. He's going up the top. That's a very interesting line, and there's really little to stop him.
The flag poison might kill him though.
This is one of the benefits of Dux. He's not the strongest. He might not be the strongest PvPer, but he is. He knows his rules. He's probably the main. He's definitely the main capper for Insurgents, and he's possibly the most experienced soldier capper. Maybe not the best soldier capper, but definitely the most experienced. So he knows these tactics. The problem is he doesn't always get the support he needs. Partially because they don't really have that many offensive players. Most of them are defensive. and it gets them.
I agree with what Snowbreak said there. Ducks shouldn't have gone down. I don't think. I think he should have took the sponge all the way across.
Well, it was a 50-50. Like they could have been carrying on the, you know, carrying on the top, or he could have again been at the back. Now Ducks does actually get out there with a medic, so he is full health, and he is halfway across the map. So this could be our third capture.
There is no one in front of him, but Peg is to his left as assassin.
The only thing that's been really slowing Ducks down has been June, and he is slowing down. But I mean, there is a medic there. There's a medic there. That's all we need. That's going to be a cap. This is going to be the first, and it's not entirely unexpected. But I honestly expected TC to put up more of a fight than they did.
Yeah.
And that doesn't surprise me at all either. I mean, Chick D was right there, always dealing damage. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest that he was there for the credit MVP, I suppose.
Dux is doing a really good job of stealing.
Just know that's the latest CTF summer update. The person with the most credits in the game gets chosen to be the MVP. Of course, we have our own player of the game, which at the moment it's quite hard to tell actually.
Yeah, I think Dux needs credit for getting those caps, but the support with Dux was really good.
I think arguably it could be Chick D. I mean, even though he's being the credit MVP, he knew to capitalize on it. Any ninja can capitalize on that very easily. But to capitalize on as a heavy to get around that, I think that's something in itself, to be fair.
Yeah.
Not to say Dave did a bad job by any means, but it was very smart to play off that. But of course, he didn't get the capture, and he wasn't injured when he tried it. So
is this TC's map pick?
I imagine this is probably TC's map pick, because I seriously doubt it was last round was TC.
Yeah.
It's really not a style that benefits them.
That's one of their weaker maps.
I think TC really missed Kev that map.
Yeah.
Kev gives massive offensive support.
He's an all-rounder.
Yeah, plus he can coordinate. And Dave nearly ninja stole them. He is trying to ninja steal. It should be said. I think he also managed to kill the pyro, because the pyro will just run back into the flag room. I like this Insurgence offense. It's more coordinated than we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
And there's Chick D just completely killing the assassin. Gets any. Dux is stolen. He is out the flag room.
I'm not sure whether he has any stake at the moment, but Lara is on.
He doesn't need stake. That's the thing. He's getting. There's very little to.
He's getting really far.
To cause him problems at the minute. It's Chick D and Dux doing most of the work.
Ooh. He needed the medic there, I guess.
Yes, unfortunately that is. Yeah, but that could have just as easily been a cap as any of it.
Yeah.
It's concerning that TC's giving them that much space. Why isn't there somebody on Chick D? Or why isn't there somebody trying to slow them down?
So TC has got
the problem. This is another big problem with not having Kev around, because Kev can play Pyro, which would free Keeler to go as Mage, and that would be a massive benefit from here. The big problem that TC's having on defense right now is that they're all getting in all the time. You need somebody to break that up. So why aren't they? Why aren't they breaking them up? I mean, that's the umpteenth time. That's the umpteenth time that a player has they've all gotten in at the same time. It's incredible. Yeah. I like the fact that they're focusing the defense in flag rooms. It's good that they have chosen a solid way to get through. But just given what's happening to them, just given that they clearly don't have the PvP advantage, why are they allowing them? Why are they doing it? That they should at least be. June is doing the best job out of the TC defense just because he's roaming alert. There, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see.
June is just.
You need to slow. Look, that's the difference. There's somebody slowing them down.
Well, Chick did just get a really good steal here.
He did get a good steal there, but bear in mind there are now people behind him and in front of him.
It's a pyro behind him.
That was a bad spell on MH's part, to be fair.
Does he see the assassin behind him?
He's got a medic now. This could be the cat we're looking for.
Yeah, and the assassin goes down as well.
This could be the cat, yeah. It looks like it's
Looking
the
like a cat, yeah.
You have, I think, but that wasn't a bad play on. It was more Insurgents playing well than TC playing badly.
Yeah.
It was the right idea. It's a combination of a little bit of bad luck in that MH could have used the lightning spell to knock him back, but the misplacement ended up bouncing him forwards.
If you'd have got,
they have the right idea.
There,
they have the right idea. It's just they didn't execute it correctly.
Yeah.
And that was partly due to Insurgents playing the right way.
Again, I just think it would be so good if Pudgy was playing medic offense here.
I think that's what you should be looking for. You should be looking for Pudgy to play offense. Pudgy needs to really play offense. Pudgy is a fantastic offensive player.
Yeah.
I think it's hurting them. I don't dislike the fact that she is a medic on defense because Keeler is not an experienced pyro.
Yeah.
And so you need that kind of support. But you can see that the two people that there are a number of people that TC's really need, namely Kev, G. Henry, and Swip.
I think Dave deserves a mention here because he is doing really well on defense here, just picking off Mitch whenever she comes in as medic, as he is ninja.
But
and,
I like the fact I saw a chemist on TC's defense, and I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, it's such an enclosed flag room that
they should know by now that having a chemist on offense against Insurgents, or at least after the first map, that it should not be happening. It just shouldn't. Why are they still trying it? It's clearly not working. You have to know. This is one of the downsides of being playing TC. They haven't got the same versatility as other teams.
Yeah.
You have. You have. Say with let's take TT for example. November can play Ninja, but he can also play Pyro if he wants. We've seen him play Pyro before. He can play Heavy if he wants. He can play Archer. Think about that in related to TC. June almost always plays Ninja. Arctic almost always plays Soldier. Swit almost always plays Soldier. Kev almost always plays either Chemist or Archer. You keep doing. Yeah, he is more versatile than the others, but you see the point. There's only certain classes that you see them playing. There's only certain places that you see them playing. And that's a massive disadvantage because it makes them predictable.
Yeah.
They're fantastic at what they do, don't get me wrong, but they are very predictable.
If certain players can't be there, who play a specific role, then it's good to have other ones who can play.
There's Dave who's picked up a Ninja. It was a death and he picked it up.
Lara's just behind him.
And he's going to get that, I think.
Arctic is very close to that. Or...
Yeah, it's going to pick it up. Lara's picked it up and there's really nothing to stop. Unless June can do some...
TC's offense are coming in.
That's going to cap. Yeah, too late. June needed to be there then.
Zeng is actually out of there.
Yeah, but so is Chick D. He's got... It's the same problem. And they completely crumble once someone actually steals and get out. There's nobody in the flag room and it's just cost them again.
Yeah.
He's now out. Like he's full health. He's got a medic. This is going to be the cap. It's. I think I have to give the player of the game to Chick D, just given what I've seen, because he knows exactly when to steal. He knows exactly how to capitalize on the weakness. He completely saw. He completely saw when where TC's weakness was, and he just completely benefited from it. I would say honorable mention to Dave because he did do the same thing. He just was slightly less successful at it.
Yeah,
but
Dave did a really good job on defense.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did a good job. I don't want to, I can't put anyone else other than Chick because it was just he supported offense. He capitalized on the weakness. He capped in his own right. I mean,
as
with Ducks,
Burnham says, As Burning says, we can probably give an honourable mention to June as well for just being June and just destroying
being
people.
June.
So
to be fair, June he was in the right position, played very well. I would say that I wish more TC did the same, or were able to see the same kind of positioning, because what happened there was a complete collapse of TC's defense.
Yeah, but still a good game nonetheless.
Forgive me for being very cynical, but I wouldn't call what I just saw a brilliant game.
Well, you know.
The players played well, but individuals stood out and played well. But as I say, Insurgents were playing fantastically. I know that.
Yeah.
I just think TC, given what we know about TC and what we do, we've seen it. I just think TC could have done a lot better than with what they had. I think it's unfortunate. There can be people that have bad. There's plenty of people that have bad days, and certain individuals on TC stood out. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed. I expected it to be closer, or at the very least to last longer than it did.
Yeah.
I also think I don't know who chose this map for TC, but they should have stuck to Blackout. If they were having trouble with players, the right players, for the game, they should have stuck to what they know best. And I think Airlock was a really poor decision, because it's a PvP map again. I can understand with Opposites Collide that was Insurgents' pick, so there were always going to be a disadvantage there. But why did they pick a second for their own map pick?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like, they knew Insurgents was going to out PvP them. So why? I think it would have at least lasted longer, Felix. I think it would have at least lasted longer, because if you think about it, you've got TC's soldier offense. Now, yes, you don't have an archer, and they would have gotten steals, but they'd have at least lasted a bit longer because they have the offensive and they do have the ability to get out. Now, Insurgents' defense is very strong, so I would have expected them to still win, but I would have definitely thought TC would have lasted longer than, say, 7 minutes on it. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap up this stream for today. It was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. So that's a quick 3-0-3-0 to Insurgents. Player of the game is Chip D, with honourable mentions to June Bugulus and Dave. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week for an episode of Match Spotlight.